أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلما جهزهم بجهازهم جعل السقاية في رحل أخيه ثم أذن مؤذن أيتها العير إنكم لسارقون. Allah Ta'ala is explaining further the intelligence, wisdom and good wishes and good intentions of Yusuf ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wassalam. He's been through many trials, and here his brother is with him who went through many trials with the other brothers as well. We need to bring this situation to an end and have a good ending with all the trials that we've been through. And that is nobility, and that is Anbiya alayhimu salatu wassalam. We speak of Yusuf ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wassalam. So he told his brother, don't have anxiety, don't stress about what the brothers have been doing. We're going to change the situation now to come to a good end. But for that we have to be very witty, we have to be very intelligent and do things in a correct way. So you first and foremost, you'll have to play along with me for the plan I'm going to put into action. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but we have to do it this way for the best of what we want to do. So when he furnished them with the provisions, he loaded their camels, each one came for grain, gave them the grain, and quietly جَعَلَ السِّقَايَةَ فِي رَحْلِ أَخِي. Very quietly, the measuring or the drinking cup of the king, he put it into the belongings and to the mount and to the bags of his brother. So he put in there, nobody knew, or maybe just a very few confidants of Yusuf alayhi understood what was happening here and put it in there. So they're all happy, getting onto the mounts and traveling. The caravan goes on. All of a sudden, a person announces, Ayyatuhal Ir, O caravan, innakum lasariqun, you are all thieves. Shock goes through the caravan. People around there are watching what's happening here, and how can you call us thieves? The question here is that can we accuse somebody that haven't stolen to be thieves? But it's not here. Shah Sahib writes this most beautifully and explained very lovely that you are definitely thieves. You stole me, Yusuf, from my father and sold me for pittance. Who could be worse and thieves than you are? Although directly here is towards the cup, but the meaning, that means what he's telling them there is not that you stole the cup. You stole much more than the cup, and for that you have to pay the price of what you have done. قالوا وأقبلوا عليهم ماذا تفقدون قالوا وأقبلوا عليهم ماذا تفعلون ماذا تفقدون. The brothers, totally innocent, had no idea what is transpiring. All of a sudden, like a whole mountain came down onto them. But because they were innocent, they didn't run away, they didn't avoid the situation, they came straight on. أقبلوا عليهم, they came straight forward to the person that was announcing and said in a very humble and very clean way, ماذا تفقدون. They didn't say what we stole. They said, possible that you've lost something here and we want to know what have you lost here. The rhetorics and the eloquence of the way of speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expressing this in this day is great wisdom for people in leadership. Sometimes you have to take a very difficult step to rectify some people that are not very straight. So you can't go straight on and explain this thing, but you have to use measures which will bring a good end, but in a way that everything else gets sorted out in the process. And this is what Allah Ta'ala is explaining us of the way of working of Yusuf ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wasalam. It is so beautiful in the real world. This is how things have to happen. Do it very politely, do it very nicely, and get the end results without causing a lot of damage. And may Allah give us tawfiq to learn all these things in order to keep our affairs under control and have good intentions of whatever we need to do. Sometimes things are uncomfortable, but we have to manage it in a way that the results are very sound and good. And it will be a little uncomfortable initially, but final end will always be good. Allah Ta'ala grant us tawfiq to understand and to practice. Ameen.